This was utter malpractice from Nico Harrison and the Mavs.
Yeah, would have never thought Luka Doncic get traded at this age.
Entering this season, Luka was the MVP favorite, coming off leading Dallas to the finals last season, and 8 months later, he's heading to Tinseltown to team up with LeBron James. What is happening? Yo, if there was ever a conspiracy theory about trying to bolster ratings and just overall interest in the NBA, this would be it. And actually, ratings are back up to where they were last season after a slow start thanks to the election, with last season being a 5-year high, so that whole conversation is a cesspool and ratings are just fine. But you know, I guess it doesn't hurt to do something like this. No one is buying for a single second what Nico Harrison, Mavs GM, is saying. ESPN's Tim McMahon reportedly communicated with Harrison via text, and he told McMahon, quote, "I believe that defense wins championships. I believe that getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future." I literally want to scream at this dude. What? Nobody is buying that bullshit. Then they also claimed it was his conditioning that was a concern and how his weight ballooned to 260 pounds earlier in the season. Man, stop. He was still putting up his typical godly 28-7-7 production. On the other end, Anthony Davis is turning 32 in March, and while yes, he has stayed healthy since January of 2023, playing in 173 of LA's 187 games, there's no question his durability, especially given his archetype as a 7-footer, should have the Mavs nervous. But dude, that. It's way more simple than that. Forget all this. Luka is 25 and way better, simply put. He's a better basketball player now, will be in 3 years, has been the past 3 years, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Stop overthinking it. And what changed with the Mavs thought process on their megastar guard? Back in 2020, Mark Cuban said, quote, about Doncic, "If I had to choose between my wife and keeping Luka on the Mavs, catch me at my lawyer's office preparing for a divorce." And obviously he's semi-joking, right? But it paints the picture of how he thought of Luka. Then okay, let's move past all this. How do you trade a 25-year-old megastar? How they did it is baffling to me. According to Sam Amick of The Athletic, the Mavs only reached out to one other team regarding Luka. If you really wanted to trade him, wouldn't you gauge the trade market for the best possible offer? Then you trade him mid-season? Like, why mid-season? Why not this summer when you have way more time to field better options? Mind you, not even letting him get the chance to run it back in the playoffs after winning the West last year. Trying to analyze this trade is just so dumb because it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no justifying trading a 25-year-old best player in the league. Like, whoa, my dude, what? And now the Lakers, after wanting DeJounte Murray at this time last year, now been gifted arguably the best player in the NBA, whose 25 years old and whose soul has been ignited to prove the Mavs wrong.